ladies and gentlemen, you just tuned in to NWA Mountain State Wrestling. I'm your host tonight, Nature Boy Buddy Landel. We're coming to you live tonight from Mullins, West Virginia, and my co-host tonight will be Leonard Sims. Leonard, tell us about Mountain Mayhem 2.
Welcome tonight to Mullins, West Virginia, where we've got a super lineup of wrestling action. We've got a ladies match, a heavyweight championship match. What do you think, Nature Boy?
Well, I think we're getting ready to get me geared up for some action. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, you stay tuned and we'll be right back.
Welcome, everyone. This is NWA Mountain State Wrestling Commissioner Larry Light. And before you, you see all four of the championship belts. By the end of this evening, one of these belts will be retired, and there will only be 3 left. We are going to have a TV tournament, make a TV champion, and that'll be happening in future weeks. Stay tuned to Network West Virginia and see all the action.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm the Nature Boy Buddy Landel. We're coming to you live here from Mullins, West Virginia. My co-host,
Leonard Sims.
And I'm telling you, Leonard, tonight, NWA Mountain State Wrestling. Boy, I will tell you, you guys put a heck of a card together tonight. We've got Ice and Johnny Blast, his tag team partner, against Kris King and Danny Ray. And I've never seen this done before, Leonard. The loser of the fall eliminates his own personal title. There's a lot at risk here tonight.
Exactly, Nature Boy. And Johnny Blast and Ice are probably one of the most unpopular people that we have in NWA Mountain State. Of course, everyone remembers how Johnny injured Chad Cross back several months ago with the pile driver.
I believe that was in Mountain Hope back in February.
That was back in February. Commissioner Larry Light reviewed the film and immediately banned the pile driver from NWA Mountain State.
I've had that a few times done to me.
And of course, you've had your rounds with Johnny Blast recently.
He has felt a need to attack the Nature Boy after knowing that I was in retirement. But that notwithstanding, I'm going to tell you, since I've been retired, there's been a group of guys get in wrestling that are just fantastic. I got to tell you, kudos to the front office at NWA Mountain State Wrestling for assembling a locker room full of guys that could very easily be in the NWA TNA. They could be in the WWF. I mean, it's fantastic.
You're right, buddy. And all our guys are pumped towards going on beyond to TNA and on beyond to WWE someday.
Well, you know, Leonard, there's a lot of independent wrestling shows out there. You can drive by a lot of towns. You can drive by a lot of towns and see a sign that said wrestling here tonight. But the bottom line is NWA is an organization that's been around for 150 years.
Exactly, buddy. The NWA is the oldest sanctioning wrestling body the world over. It's the most widely respected.
Absolutely.
And it still is.
And I'm telling you, folks, my personal opinion, almost 30 years of wrestling, if it doesn't say NWA on the card, you are just wasting your money. You're wasting your time. And I'm going to tell you, we got a collar and elbow locked up. We got Johnny Blast out there against Kris King. Goes over into an arm bar, switches it back.
Referee's Patrick Nicholas, one of the finest referees in the business today.
Nice roll from Johnny Blast into a side headlock. I got to tell you, Leonard, we're going to see. I don't expect this. I expect everybody to take their time in this match. There's a lot at stake here. Whoever loses their title tonight, that belt is eliminated from NWA Mountain State Wrestling. There's a lot at stake here.
Buddy, I don't know of any other promotion anywhere that has put
just
such
totally eliminated
such a match together where all the champions are in one ring at one time with the stipulation that someone's going to lose their title.
You know, I'm just thinking back on my career. I couldn't imagine being you know, concentrating on having every hair in place, my robe looking good, being extremely good looking, and concentrating
As you
on.
always are.
Well, you know, somebody's got to do it. But anyway, I can't imagine on all of that, coupled with being concerned about not only losing my title and not being able to gain it back, but losing it and being eliminated. That's insane. Nice arm drag from Kris King on ice.
Of course, you know, Kris King recently had Johnny Blast and the Alaskan Assassin Ice turn on him. And now the fans are behind Kris King, and that has really, Kris King has developed into one of the most popular wrestlers now in NWA Mountain State.
He has, and I've got to tell you, it's 1, 2, big kick out. I've got to tell you something. It is very hard to impress me. I mean, I've been, you know who all I've been around, who all I've wrestled. Everybody listens, the sound of my voice does. It's hard to impress me. But folks, I got to tell you something. Your TV Saturday superstars, you know, they die out, and there's a new, younger breed coming up. And you're watching it right now.
Exactly.
And these are the guys that are taking the place of the Nature Boy Buddy Landels, the Ricky Mortons, the Ricky Steamboats, and the Ric Flairs. You're looking at them right now. This is the future of our business. These guys are fantastic. And Leonard, from what I understand, and I don't know if you want to comment on this or not, but I heard that there is a long list of wrestlers from around the country, and I heard that you were even in secret negotiations with some guys that were being released from their contract from the WWE. That's how prestigious that NWA Mountain State Wrestling is.
Exactly, buddy. NWA Mountain State is always looking for new talent, established talent, and I can't go into a lot of details on contract negotiations, but in the weeks to come and in the months to come, you're going to continue to see more and more wrestlers coming into NWA Mountain State.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but is not the website, it's wvwrestling.com. Is that your website?
www.westvirginiawrestling.com.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, what a photographic memory the Nature Boy's got.
Exactly.
Forget about that 150 IQ and that blonde hair and the good looks. That boy's got a mind on him too.
Check out the action there, buddy.
Well, what we got going on here is it's a typical
Johnny Blast ploy.
What they're doing is they're beating the kid up in their corner. They're drawing the referee over, taunting Kris over here, wanting him to come in. The referee goes to him. They do the false tag. They double team him in the corner. And this is just typical of Johnny Blast and I.
Exactly. We've got a near capacity crowd here tonight in Mullins for Mountain Mayhem 2. And the fans are getting behind as Kris King tries to get the crowd up.
Okay, we got a reverse chin lock. I just got a reverse chin lock on Danny Ray, which is the NWA Mountain State Heavyweight Champion. He drops down, shoots off, hits the ropes. Big double tackle, they're both down.
All the champions, whether you like them or not, whether it's Johnny Blast and Ice, the tag team champs, you have to give them credit. You may not like what they do, but they've never ducked a challenge. They're always got the titles on the line. Danny Ray, you may like him or not.
Well, now what I'm reading here is that we got a TV title getting ready to form, and it's starting soon also.
Soon, we're going to be introducing a tournament to crown a TV champion, probably within the next couple of months. So that will be some exciting things to look for, probably.
I got to tell you, I love West Virginia. I always have. I'm a Tennessee boy, but I love West Virginia, and I'm excited just to come to work. I am. I'm very excited. The talent. Okay, we got a big boot from Kris King. He's getting ready to give a frontal spinal buster here. He sets down one. He's got the rope. He's that's it.
What a travesty here tonight.
Oh, my Lord, do you know what this means? This means that the light heavyweight championship is eliminated from NWA Mountain State Wrestling. It no longer exists.
And you can tell by the look on Kris King's face, he can't believe what's happened tonight, how he's been cheated out of that.
That's right, don't give it to him. Don't give it to him. It's been eliminated, it's gone. Ladies and gentlemen, the light heavyweight title is eliminated. It no longer exists in NWA Mountain State Wrestling. Ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned and we're going to be right back.
Me tonight? I'm 2-0 against you, sister. What are you thinking? I beat you singles. Him and I tagged. We beat you and your partner. Honestly, what more are you looking for? What are you hanging around for? You requested a match for me against me tonight? I guess. Whatever. 3-0. If that's what you want. I'll take you on singles. I'll win again. No need for anything else. Bye.
Well, buddy, we're back to the ring now.
Yes.
Referee Bubba Cowell is in the ring. One of the youngest NWA referees, and a fine young referee he is.
Yes, he is. He's a very good, the youngest NWA referee in NWA history. Well, we've got a ladies match coming up, and this should be really exciting. We've got Hailey coming to the ring with her manager, Mitch Magnus.
Yes, this is our second viewing of Hailey.
Oh, well, if I'm reading this right, this is actually a mixed tag match.
Yes.
With Hailey and it's actually her manager, Mitch Magnus, and they're going to be going against Lorelei and Tony Richardson. Worm.
Your partner, the Worm, exactly.
My partner.
One of the firsts for NWA Mountain State, a mixed tag team match.
If we ever get that tag team together, it's going to be something to be reckoned with.
Exactly.
But my talents are called for elsewhere, and Worm's doing very good as singles.
Here comes your partner, Tony the Worm Richardson.
That's a gorgeous robe he's got on there, isn't it?
It looks like something the Nature Boy would wear.
Well, it does, doesn't it?
It sure does.
But I got to tell you, he wears it well. To borrow a euphemism from Rod Stewart, he wears it well.
He does. He does. And Lorelei Lee, she's one popular young lady.
Now, I found some very interesting things out the last TV last week. I went down and interviewed these two ladies, and the blonde-headed girl, Hailey, was trained by one of the greatest junior heavyweight champions in NWA history, Les Natural, a really good friend of mine. And the reason why I went down and talked to these ladies was I was so impressed with their work ability.
Exactly. That's something you don't see much of these days with the ladies.
No, and I got to tell you that some of the guys need to be watching these girls and taking some pointers, because they are fantastically in shape and they're terrifically trained, and I am very impressed.
Anybody that's trained by Les Thatcher certainly is going to know what to do in and out of the ring. Les Thatcher is one of the best.
Absolutely. You know, I'm going to teach Worm how to fold that robe up one day and lay it across the ring. He needs to be folding that like a champion.
That's right.
You know,
exactly.
I think I might have to work on that with him before he climbs in the ring again. Now, Hailey, she's over there running her pie hole, running that mouth, and you can see that Worm is not impressed.
That's right. And referee Bubba Cowell needs to get her out of the ring if the guys are going to start.
Listen, if people thinks that Bubba Cowell cannot handle himself in that ring, then they're just blind or can't, they're not watching the program.
Exactly.
Because this kid is fantastic.
He is right on top of the action.
He covers the ground he walks on. He's fantastic.
Very much.
Now there's Magnum out there taking a page out of the Nature Boy Buddy Landel's playbook, out there strutting and posing.
Yeah, he doesn't have much to pose with, does he?
Well, beauty's in the eye of the beholder, Leonard, and
you can tell by the fans in Mullins, they're not impressed with him for sure.
Now Worm's posing. Seems like the females are going nuts.
Exactly.
Now his tag team partner, Lorelei, she was telling me who she was trained by last night, and it escapes my memory right now, but it was somebody that was in WCW, and I remember noting that because when she said the name, it took me aback a little bit, because I'm thinking, wow, she really got trained by somebody that was an expert, and it escapes me.
Was it Sergeant Buddy Lee Parker, was it?
You know what? It could be my good friend Buddy Lee Parker. It could have been.
Because I know he was a real stout trainer for WCW there during the power plant years.
Right, him and Paul Orndorff.
Exactly.
Exactly right.
There's Magnus complaining to the referee. There's Hailey trying to give him some advice. Whether it'll help him or anything is no one knows for sure. Oh, they're hooking up in a test of strength. I believe your partner's going to come out on top of this. What do you think, Nature Boy?
Here you go. Oh, stomps her right in the forehead.
Their interference there.
Oh, no,
Pays to watch what they're doing, doesn't it, Nature Boy?
Yes, it does, and that can be quite painful, but
a lot of
you
wrestlers
don't usually make that mistake twice.
A lot of wrestlers get cauliflower ears from that.
Well, yeah. You know, Worm is not, he wouldn't give a crippled crab a crutch. He's taking no prisoners. He's not giving no quarter. He's not asking no quarter. Actually, I taught him that move there. That is it's called a single leg dive.
Boy, he whacked his nose good when he hit that mat, didn't he?
Yes, he did. He's got him in a toe hold right now. It's very painful on the ankle, knee. Oh.
Boy, he's going to be sore tonight.
I guess you can tell that you can tell by the moves who trained Worm.
Exactly.
He is being very brutal and punishing him, and I don't expect him to last long. Worm is just sending a strong signal to Hailey Hatred that you put yourself in a man's shoes, and I will smack a knot on your head. Got a cover here. Lorelei's covering Hailey Hatred. Oh, she's covering Magnum out there.
Yeah. She came off that rope with an elbow drop. Caught him flush.
Exactly. There.
Oh, what a clothesline.
Big elbow. That was a Japanese arm drag. Back cover. Go for the cover 1-2. Kick out.
She almost had her.
Reverses it, shoots her off.
Oh.
Forearm to the side of the jaw.
She's got a chokehold. Referee's counting.
Got a chokehold, folks. If you're just now tuning in, you missed the last match. You saw Johnny Ice, Johnny Blast, or Ice and Johnny Blast and Chris King and Danny Ray, all of them having titles. The loser of that match, his title was eliminated, and so the loser of the match was Chris King. Therefore, the light heavyweight title, ladies and gentlemen, if you're just tuning in, has been eliminated. No longer, nada, gone, bye-bye.
First time ever, Nature Boy. First time ever for a promotion.
I've never seen that.
First time ever for a promotion to do something like that. Have all our champions in the ring. and one title be eliminated in that way.
But when one is eliminated and a door is closed, another one opens, and I'm hearing strong rumors in the back about a TV title tournament coming up, Leonard.
Exactly, buddy. In the weeks to come, the matchmakers are going to be signing matches for television, and probably within a month or two, we'll have a NWA MSW television champion crown. And it could be anybody's game. We've got...
Worm just had her covered, moves, her own partner hits her. Oh, big Nature Boy Buddy Landel chop, folks.
Another big chop.
Big high hip toss. Rides in, comes up, goes to the turnbuckle.
Big
boot
kick
in the stomach. Now we got the punches going on. I told you.
Got one for Hailey, too.
Big flying mare. Tags in his partner.
Tags in Lorelei Lee.
This could be it, ladies and gentlemen.
Now we've got all 4 people in the ring.
All right.
Boy, look at the fists flying, Nature Boy.
There's some hair flying.
That's it.
That's a lot of bleach being thrown in the air.
Exactly.
All right, we got him.
Oh, collision.
All right.
Hailey and Mitch collided in the ring.
We got Magnus, got Lorelei.
Oh, man. Lorelei took a bad fall there.
That's it.
Oh.
All right, we got the winners of Hailey Hadrian and Mitch Magnus against Lorelei Lee and Tony Richardson. Little dirty-handed, might I add, but that's notwithstanding.
It's certainly not a popular decision here in Mullins, buddy.
We've got a winner and we've got a loser.
But there's always another day. Always another day.
We're so freaking smart.
Lorelei and her partner Mitch are not very popular with the fans, as you can see. And Lorelei doesn't seem to know what hardly happened.
Well, they gave it their best shot, Leonard. It was a great match.
Great match.
There
indeed,
always
buddy.
has to be winners and losers.
Exactly.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching NWA Mountain State Wrestling. We thank you for tuning in, and we will be right back.
I'm Buzz, the baddest man in the business today. And if you don't like it, do something about it. If you think you can step in the ring and get over on me, I got news for you. You step in the ring, you will get dropped. Everybody's always talking about if this, if that, but this, but that. Well, all I can tell you people is if ands and buts were candy and nuts, we'd all have a real fine Christmas. So make sure you people come out and check out the show, Network West Virginia.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back NWA Mountain State Wrestling.
We've got a newcomer here. First time we're having a chance to see him. Buzz.
Buzz. Well, that's a name only his mom and daddy can love.
Exactly.
Are they talking, is it Buzz? Are they talking about his haircut? Does he have a last name?
No one knows.
He's got a very expensive platinum chain in the ring.
Exactly. That may play a part in this match. Got his face painted up.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're just now tuning in, you have just seen a couple of matches prior, the elimination of the light heavyweight title. Soon to come is a TV title tournament. Now on the way to the ring is Derik Billingsley. Man, Leonard, this has been an exciting show so far.
Derik is one of our most popular young wrestlers, and you can hear the music playing in the background.
You know, one of my problems is, especially when I'm doing TV color commentary and I'm doing the color, is I have to separate from being biased in any way because, number one, I am a wrestling fan. Always have been, always will be. And I get so wrapped up in these matches, sometimes I get tongue-tied or there's some dead silence here. It's only because I'm so blown away by the raw, natural talent that these kids have. It is phenomenal.
I know what you're saying, buddy. And you're looking at one of them right here in Dynamite Derik Billings. He's a fine young athlete, very gifted. He's got a very bright future.
Well, we'll notice that last week he was in a last week or the week before.
Last week.
It was last week. He was in a bull rope match with Bandit and cut Bandit's eye wide open with an elbow, 12 stitches. Bandit's not even here this week. He's still recovering.
Exactly.
So, you know, it was youth against experience.
Exactly. You just never know what's going to happen when you step in the ring, whether it's intentional or not. You know, we'd like to think that Derik did not do it intentionally.
I don't think he's got an evil bone in his body.
No.
But what I do think is he's West Virginia born, bred, and raised, and he ain't taking no gump off of anybody. Bandit started running them gums last night, and he popped him, and that was it. It's like the old bully in the school ground. He bullies.
Exactly.
The kid stands up, pops the bully, and the bully is the most humble kid in the world after that, and that's what we saw last week.
After a while, you get tired of being bullied.
Now we know absolutely nothing about this Buzz character.
No. First time we're
Although
seeing
he
him.
can draw a straight line with paint on his face.
Exactly. Referee is Patrick Nicholas, one of the best to referee this match.
Collar and elbow top. He immediately goes to the eyes, works on the back, taking advantage of the kid, taking advantage of Derik Billingsley, shoots him off, reverses it. Good move on Derik Billingsley. Clark come up with a high hip toss, big body slam, big high nice drop kick by Derik Billingsley. Comes, Buzz takes a powder, goes out of the ring, referee backs him off, and here goes the 10 count, starting on the 10 count. I have been corrected. It's Derik Billings, as in Montana.
That's right, Nature Boy.
I am always open for correction, because Lord knows I make my mistakes and plenty of them. But
Unfortunately, that's the teacher in me, buddy.
you have a good, I stand corrected.
Referee Patrick Nicholas putting the count in.
You know, I got to know
He's up to
the
6.
promotional guy that has this end of the company that puts the actual matchmaker, excuse me, ladies and gentlemen, that puts these matches together. I've been noticing kind of a pattern here with you all, that you have been putting Derik Billings in with a lot of older, rougher. Now, is that intentional to mold and shape this guy like a diamond in the rough? Is it by design?
I think that's it, buddy. I think everyone in NWA Mountain State Wrestling sees the ability that young Derik Billings has, and they know that he lives for wrestling. He studies tapes constantly. He's just always learning.
His family's always here. His mom's always got the camera out.
He's always experimenting,
Right.
learning new moves, trying out new moves
Right.
to perfect, to add to his arsenal. And that's a true sign of a young, talented
Well,
wrestler.
I think the best weapon is in his arsenal is his heart.
Exactly, I agree.
He has the heart of a champion.
Exactly. He has been one half of the NWA Mountain State Tag Team Champions with Chad
He
Cross.
has. Very prestigious for such a young age, by the way.
Exactly.
Well, Buzz is really, he's trying him out here tonight. He's working the kid over. But I got to tell you, if I had the choice to bet between, a pumped-up muscle guy or a heart of a lion, I'll pick the heart of the lion.
Exactly, buddy.
There you go. And brains. He just moved out of the way.
Brains
Buzz
over
is-
bronze sometimes.
There you go.
And Derik with his brains and his heart.
Stay on him, Derik.
Oh.
Little low blow
Low
there.
blow. I don't think the referee
Little
caught that.
Little below the
Yes,
waist
the ref
there,
is
which
warning
is
him.
definitely painful and definitely illegal. Buzz is saying, questioned by the ref, Buzz says, why, of course not. I would never do that.
Yeah, the
That
referee ought to make him.
Far it be it from me. He's saying, I'm a pillar of the community, an upstanding citizen. Now, see, Buzz, as big as he is, he's even a little inexperienced, because if I had that, I would go right to an arm bar, lock it out, and he would tap out and give up. But he hasn't got the.
Looks like it's an arm bar scissors, isn't it?
Well, it's not a scissor, but it's an arm bar, and it's a lethal move that you make a guy tap out and quit with, but he hasn't got it applied properly. If he did, Billings would have already lost, but he's working the ropes and using that to his advantage. The referee almost catches him.
You better not be touching my ropes. You got that?
Buzz is very tricky. We don't know much about him. We don't know much about his background either, but it seems like he's been in the ring enough to know all the tricks of the game.
Oh, we got a double chin suplex. Billingsley's hurt.
Now he's choking.
Choking the life out of him.
Now he's arguing with the referee.
All right, let's see what happens from here. Shoots him off, comes in. Okay, we got a sunset flip, 1, 2.
Buzz has got the ropes.
That's a veteran for you.
Exactly, he
Going
knew where he was.
Yes, sir, going for that rope. Never losing sight of where the ropes are.
Exactly, that's
Knowing
a
all
true,
the ins and outs, all
that's
the
a true,
tricks.
true sign of a veteran, when they always know where they are in that ring.
All right,
He moved out of the way.
Here's Billings. I hope he's not making a mistake, Leonard.
Sometimes this is risky.
Big high
caught
cross
him up
body
time.
block. 1, 2, 3. All right.
Derik Billings. Derik Billings is your winner.
Absolutely. And his mother's going nuts over in the corner off camera. And I would be proud of him, too. I'd be proud to have a son like that.
You can see the fans are pleased with all of.
And let me tell you, Leonard, I love him because he is a good winner, but he's also a good loser.
Exactly.
You never hear him complain in the dressing room.
Never.
He is a role model for the younger guys. He's
True.
an inspiration to a veteran like myself.
Exactly.
He is just a pleasure to have in NWA Mountain State Wrestling. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're just tuning in, you're watching NWA Mountain State Wrestling, and we're going to be right back.
Here we are back at ringside for another match.
All right, you know, last week, Leonard, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, you're watching NWA Mountain State Wrestling. I'm the Nature Boy, Buddy Landel, with my co-host, Leonard Sims. And, Leonard, I got to tell you something. I've thoroughly enjoyed this hour working with you. It's we feed good off each other.
Oh, buddy, this has been great tonight so far.
Being a couple of extremely good-looking men.
Tell me about it.
You know, ladies and gentlemen, if you watched last week, you got to see the Rock and Roll Express Ricky Morton versus Joey Morton, and Joey got his hat handed to him in that match.
But it was a great match, though, Nature Boy. You got to give him credit.
It's commonplace to see a Barbarian, a Nature Boy, Buddy Landel. Ricky Steamboat, I understand, has been calling you all along. This is one thing that I really highly respect with the Cross. He's a Christian boy. He loves the Lord with all of his heart. He doesn't really wear it on his shirt sleeve, but I got to tell you, being a Christian myself, I love the way this kid stands up for his faith.
He doesn't preach it to anybody, but he practices it, and you've got to respect him for that.
You know, the best Bible that he shares with other people is living and walking out the Word of God. And I highly respect this young man. I really do. He is a great role model for kids. I see him out back. you know, sharing the Lord with these kids, and it's a fantastic. He is a fantastic person to have in NWA Mountain State Wrestling. Now, it takes all types.
Exactly, buddy. And we feel very fortunate to have Chad Cross as one of our stars in NWA Mountain State. As I said earlier, he was half of the tag team champions with Derik Billings. And now, you know, he's kind of moved out on his own since he's come back, recovered from the Johnny Blast pile driver.
That happened in Mount Hope on
back in February. Yes, sir.
It was reviewed by the referee. And
Commissioner Larry Light, he immediately after viewing the film, he banned the pile driver.
Right.
So, and Chad's recovered nicely. He's been back about a month now. We had
in my almost 30-year career, Leonard, I have seen slowly but surely that pile driver banned in territory to territory to territory. There's many of hopes and dreams that have been dashed in one split second by a pile driver.
Exactly, buddy.
And I just thank God, because look, no matter whether you're a good guy, bad guy, you like a person, you don't like a person, you never want to see somebody injured.
No,
ever.
no, that's.
I mean, in my career, there's been several people injured that I've wrestled, including myself. And it just breaks my heart that I would ever cause a family to be disrupted like that, cause a dad to be taken away from their family for something stupid as that.
Exactly, buddy. You've got it right. If you think about through the history of wrestling, all the holds, the heart punch was a dangerous hold.
Ox Baker.
Several people died from.
Exactly. One skipping my memory right now, but he was the promoter down in Atlanta, Georgia, and Baker.
Ray Gunkel. Ray,
his wife Ann were real good friends of mine, and Ray died from that heart punch. And,
exactly.
You know,
promotions started looking at that hold and banning that, just like most of the NWA promotions today have banned the pile driver.
I think it is a definite credit to NWA Mountain State Wrestling. You're also sending a strong message in the dressing room, guys. We're not going to put up with this.
No,
we're not.
We want to provide a safe working place for our guys, and the pile driver has no place in NWA Mountain State. It's just too dangerous.
That doesn't mean you're going to see some guys not get their brains scrambled out here.
That's it.
You know, we're not talking about sitting around a campfire, folks, and singing Kumbaya.
That's exactly.
I mean, this is real deadly action.
That's right.
You know, Ricky Morton was just telling me last night, he just was wrestling Moondog Spot last November, and he had a massive heart attack in the ring and passed away.
Exactly.
The sad part was his little young son was there with him. He'll never see his dad again. This is a business that takes an extreme toll on your body, your marriage, everything.
Exactly. Back in the ring, we've got a great match going on with Joey Morton
and my good friend Chad Cross.
Both of these guys are exceptionally good athletes. You know, you'd hate to see either one of their careers ended by a hold like the pile driver.
You know, while we're waxing poetically about the dangers of professional wrestling, ladies and gentlemen, we got to cover here 1, 2, kick out. I want to put a disclaimer out right now that kids, please do not try any of these moves at home. They are very dangerous. These are highly skilled and trained athletes. And once again, do not try this at home on your little brother and sister, please.
Buddy, you must have been a mind reader. That's what I was just thinking about myself. You know, you hear so many incidents in the news about young children trying this move or that move on a brother or sister and somebody getting hurt. So please, children at home, enjoy the matches on TV. They're even more fun to come out and watch them live when they're in your area.
All right, back in the ring, Leonard. We got some exciting action. We got a 1, 2, we got a 3.
A little bit of trunk pulling there, but Joey Morton.
With a handful of trunks. You know, the sad part about it is he didn't have to hold that boy's trunks. He had Chad beat right in the middle of the ring. But that just separates the personality. Some guys like that little extra adage.
Joey Morton is talented enough. I've seen him around for years.
Right.
And he could have got the win, like you said, clean in the center of the ring.
Yes.
Without any trunk pulling. But he always likes to take those little shortcuts.
Danny Ray received a low blow out there. As you can see right now, he's struggling to get to his feet. Referee Bubba called that. Referee can't be everywhere at the same time. He did the best that he could. Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching NWA Mountain State Wrestling. I'm the Nature Boy, Buddy Landel, with my co-host, Leonard Sims, and we will be right back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Nature Boy Buddy Landel with my co-host, Leonard Sims, and you're back watching NWA Mountain State Wrestling. On his way to the ring is the War Machine.
With Lady Viper. But if you notice, she's minus her friend tonight.
Where is that?
You don't see the snake.
I got to tell you, she came up to me last night and the hallway was dark, and she went to hug my neck, and I pulled her back into the light, and there was a snake around her neck, and I thought I was having a coronary. I could feel the plaque back up in my heart.
The fans of Mullins seem to be behind the War Machine tonight, which is unusual.
Very unusual.
Last night he was booed considerably.
Well, this is a title match tonight. This is for all the marbles. This is a huge, 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 huge match for a War Machine.
Exactly.
I mean, one of the most coveted titles in professional wrestling today is the NWA Heavyweight Championship, Mountain State Wrestling Heavyweight Championship, held by Danny Ray right now.
And
Danny looks a little nervous. He knows what's on the line, and I got to tell you, I'm excited. I'm very excited about this match because not only is Danny Ray wrestling War Machine, he's wrestling actually his valet too. That's 2-on-1. Any way you want to slice that pie.
Exactly. And he's already kind of warned Lady Viper to stay out of his business tonight because he's looking at retaining that heavyweight championship. But War Machine has a very determined look on his face tonight, something I haven't seen for a while. Referee Patrick Nicholas in the ring holding that NWA Mountain State Heavyweight Championship up. You hear the ring announcer Tom Lilly and co-owner making the announcement.
And you can feel you can cut the tension with a butter knife up here, Leonard. I mean, it's tense.
Exactly.
Anytime you step into the ring with a champion, a heavyweight champion, I got to tell you, I'm sure that this last week, War Machine has been up pacing the floor many nights, going over plans, going over battle plans, game plans, angles, all kinds of swerves with his valet. You're going to see the valet get involved.
Well,
only because I've seen her in action. She's underhanded.
Buddy, you know, even the short time that you've been in NWA Mountain State, you know, they've wrestled a number of times, and usually it's some non-title match or some stipulation in which Danny Ray manages to keep the title. So we'll see tonight what comes off.
Well, some guys are actually saying that he's a paper champion, that he's eluded a lot of guys.
I've heard that too.
Picked his opponents. I got to tell you something. I've known War Machine for about 20 years, been up and down the road with him, and he's one tough individual now. He's going to give Danny Ray all he can manage.
Exactly. War Machine's been around. He's been in a lot of different promotions. He's held a number of titles.
He was in WCW with me. He's been in the WWF, WWE. He's been in the NWA.
Exactly.
With Flair, Dusty Rhodes, and myself, and all of us, him and Mike Scarborough.
Exactly.
Which is the Iron Cross now.
He's been around. You can't say he doesn't know what he's doing or where he's been because he's done it all.
I wonder what was going through Danny Ray's mind when he signed this contract.
Makes you wonder.
Well, knowing that it's not a non-title match, that it's it. This is it. It's up for grabs.
And this being Mountain Mayhem too, buddy.
Absolutely.
Being one of the biggest events so far in NWA Mountain State Wrestling. Promoter and owner, co-owner Tom Lilly and myself, we went all out to book talent for this show to make this really something special.
And right from Mullins, West Virginia tonight, this could be a big feather in their cap to see a world title, a heavyweight title changed in their hometown on television.
Exactly.
Never mind that.
Exactly. Very seldom do you ever see a title match of this magnitude for television. Usually the champ, it's a non-title match. You see some of the other titles defended, but very seldom do you see a caliber match of this sort being on television.
Well, while they're laying here in the hold, I just want to recap a little bit of the fantastic action that's already happened. We had Ice and Johnny Blast against Kris King and Danny Ray, and the loser of that fall's title was eliminated. We saw Kris King lose his title tonight. There is absolutely no more. It is gone from the books. No more light heavyweight title. It's finished. Then we saw Hailey Hatred and Mitch Magnus defeat Lorelei and Worm Tony Richardson. We saw Derik Billingsley defeat Buzz, this character called Buzz, and then we just saw Chad Morton get beat by Joey Cross. And you're watching a heavyweight title match right now with the War Machine against Danny Ray. War Machine flips Danny Ray in, gives him a big high elbow, Leonard. This has been an exciting hour.
I tell you, it surely has, but I tell you, it's amazing what these guys put themselves through night after night.
Okay.
And like you said, that opening match, elimination match, in which the light heavyweight championship was eliminated.
Right. Kind of set the precedent for the night.
I mean, to open a card with a match of that caliber.
Can you imagine Mullins, West Virginia, seeing a title eliminated?
Exactly. I mean,
I don't mean to. Let me expound on eliminated. I mean, get your dictionary out, get your thesaurus out. I mean, it's gone. It ain't coming back. To use Southern talk, it ain't coming back, brother.
That's right.
And then to see a heavyweight title match, I got to tell you, I'm kind of thinking we're going to see an upset here tonight.
Wouldn't surprise me. You never know in NWA Mountain State what's going to happen.
I'm looking at the expressions on the wrestlers' faces. We got War Machine up here taking it to Danny Ray. Danny Ray's kind of laying back. Now, either he knows something we don't know or his mind is somewhere else. But let me tell you something, my friend. It takes one split second to make a mistake.
Exactly.
And you've lost your title.
Exactly. You saw Lady Viper there try to take a little cheap shot on the champ.
Like I said from the beginning, it's 2 against 1. Danny Ray tries to do a volley back. He is cut off in midstream. Big body slam by the War Machine on Danny Ray. He is down, and he looks like he is suffering. Big knee on the throat, cutting off that carotid artery. Don't mean to sound like Gordon Soley, but cutting off that carotid artery.
That's all right, buddy.
Basically what that means in good Southern slang is brother can't grasp a breath. He's at the gas station gasping for breath. He can't breathe. Danny Ray is in bad shape.
Referee's asking him if he's wanting to give, but he says no. Referee's asking him again. He's not wanting to give up. Shoots him off with an elbow.
Hey, Danny Ray's making a little rally here.
Making a comeback. Oh!
Head. War Machine takes him down with a big boot. He wears like a size 16. He's down.
Oh, look at that big elbow. Oh, man, almost a 3 count. 2.5. Referee's saying 2.5. Now War Machine's choking.
I got to tell you, at this point, that's exactly what I do. If all the marbles are on the table,
you do what you have to do to win,
you
don't you, buddy?
whatever you have to do. The referee gives you 3 seconds to stop. So you basically can do anything you want to do other than throwing
War Machine's choking him again. Referee's caught up 4. Punching. Closed fist, buddy. Now he's got his foot up in his throat, choking him.
Danny Ray's in bad shape, Leonard.
He
bad
looks to be.
Folks, you're watching NWA Mountain State Wrestling. I'm the Nature Boy, Buddy Landel, my co-host, Leonard Sims.
I don't believe I've seen Danny Ray manhandled so much. Look at Lady Viper there trying to add her 2 cents again.
You know, the sad part about it is War Machine doesn't need that.
That's it.
Buddy. He's waltzing his kid across Texas.
I'm sure Commissioner Larry Light will be reviewing films of this, and he doesn't look strongly on anyone interfering in matches.
Let me tell you what their argument is, you know, being the counselor for the devil's advocate here. She's going to say, all I was trying to do was sign an autograph for him. I was trying to fan him. I was trying to kiss him. I was trying to encourage him. So, I mean, you know.
Referee was checking to see if Danny wanted to give.
I think in a few minutes the point's going to be mute. It's not going to really matter.
That's
We're getting
right.
ready to have a winner and a loser. Oh, Danny's rallying a little bit. Oh, a little clothesline.
Kind of a sloppy clothesline there,
Very
but he got him
sloppy.
down.
Very sloppy.
But he did get him down.
See, that's what happens to champions sometimes. Sometimes champions get to, and I don't mean this in a derogatory way, but they get fat and lazy. They're used to becoming champ. They're used to being champions.
Oh, man, did you catch that, buddy?
Yes, I did. They're used to being champion.
Oh.
All right. Oh, swinging neck breaker, Leonard.
Uh-oh, swinging neck breaker. That's
Danny Ray should have that leg hooked and covering him. He's barely covering
he came out.
See, Danny Ray is distracted and so worried
That's
about
right.
the valet. I'd say this
What's
is
he
about
looking
it.
at? She didn't. Now she's jumped up on the ring apron.
What's War Machine pulling out of it? He's in his trunks. He's got something out. Blast.
Oh, Danny kicked him low. Now he looks like he's going to strike a woman, even if it is Lady Viper.
I don't know what's going on here.
Referee's watching Lady Viper.
War Machine pulls something out of his trunks. This is it.
Oh,
One,
referee's down. 2, 3.
Ladies
We've got a
and
new
gentlemen,
champion,
we
buddy.
have a new champion. Danny Ray is not cold. He is in the middle of the ring, and he is not solid cold.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've got a new NWA Mountain State Heavyweight Champion in the War Machine. Danny Ray is still laid out in the ring. Referee
the commissioner reviews the tapes, but
Exactly.
very rarely will he override a referee's decision.
That's true,
So
buddy.
I would just put all my marbles on. We have a new NWA Mountain State Heavyweight Champion in the War Machine. Ladies and gentlemen, you are watching NWA Mountain State Wrestling. You've just seen a new NWA Mountain State Heavyweight Champion crowned. Danny Ray is down, knocked out cold. The referee's over him. I'm the Nature Boy, Buddy Landel, with my co-host, Leonard Sims. And ladies and gentlemen, we will be right back.
What did I tell you? What did I tell the people? What did I tell NWA Mountain State? I would be the heavyweight champion. And Danny Ray, you knew when you climbed in the ring with the War Machine, the man who brings the pain would bring the title home. And now there's nothing you, the affiliates, NWA, Mountain State, or the fans could do about it. I'm gonna have this title as long as I want. And I will beat everybody and do what I have to do to keep this title. Because I am the War Machine. I am the champion. And I bring the pain.
All right, Leonard Sims. What a wonderful, exciting hour, man. We saw the elimination of a light heavyweight title. We saw a title change with the War Machine winning the World Heavyweight title here in NWA.
Boy, Buddy Landel, it was a night to remember tonight.
It was. And listen, folks, be sure to stay tuned for next week on NWA Mountain State Wrestling. We got a wonderful show coming up. So I want to thank you for my co-host, Leonard Sims. I'm the Nature Boy, Buddy Landel. And
we'll
thanks
see you next week.
Absolutely.